know what's worse than watching an amazing dark fantasy anime? Getting completely invested in it, only to find out it ends on a cliffhanger. Or worse, it never got a proper ending at all. You're left staring at your screen like, that's it? While the universe just laughs at your pain. Well, not today, Satan. I spent an unhealthy amount of time compiling the only dark fantasy anime ranking that matters. Series that are actually finished. Complete. Done. Wrapped up with a nice, probably blood-soaked bow. No manga reading homework required. We're talking body horror, psychological warfare, genocidal protagonists, and endings that will make you question your entire existence. In the best way possible. And if you're the kind of person who enjoys watching fictional characters suffer for your entertainment, and let's be real, you clicked on this video, so you definitely are, then hit that subscribe button, because we're about to descend into the abyss, and I promise you, it's going to be worth it. Let's get dark. Kicking off at number 10, we have Dororo, the 2019 Mappa remake that asks the question, what if your dad literally sold you to demons for a good harvest? And I'm not talking metaphorically. I mean, this baby was born without skin, eyes, limbs, or a Spotify playlist. Just vibes and sheer spite. So naturally, he grows up, straps on some sword arms, and goes full John Wick on every demon to get his body parts back. Each demon he kills, he gets a piece back. It's like the world's most violent Pokemon collection, except instead of catching them all, he's murdering them all. But here's where it gets dark. See, his father's land is prospering because of that demonic deal. So every time our boy Hyakimaru gets a limb back, people start starving. The series literally asks, is one person's bodily autonomy worth more than the lives of thousands? It's utilitarian ethics wrapped in samurai demon slaying, and honestly, it hits harder than you'd expect. The ending is complete and satisfying, but the production dips in quality during the second half, which is why it's at number 10. Still absolutely worth your time though, just maybe forgive some janky animation in a couple episodes. At number 9, we've got Kara no Kyokai, also known as The Garden of Sinners, also known as that one anime series that's actually 7 movies and you have to watch them out of chronological order because the creators hate you. Our protagonist, Shiki, has eyes that let her see the death lines of anything. She can literally kill concepts. She's basically that overpowered, but also deeply traumatized, emotionally hollow, and possibly suffering from dissociative identity disorder. You know, light Sunday viewing. The plot jumps around timelines like a Netflix algorithm trying to figure out what you want to watch, and the movies are filled with people walking in circles having philosophical debates about the nature of existence. It's gorgeous, ufotable when absolutely feral with the budget, but you will need a flowchart, 3 energy drinks, and possibly a philosophy degree to fully understand what's happening. But if you can power through the confusion, chef's kiss. It's a masterpiece of atmosphere. Just maybe keep a watch guide open on your phone. Number 8 is Devilman Crybaby, and oh boy, this is where we separate the casual anime fans from the I've seen things crowd. Director Masaki Yuasa looked at the 1972 manga, looked at modern society, and said, you know what this needs? More trauma. And neon colours. And traumatic neon colours. The premise. Sweet boy Akira gets dragged to a rave that's secretly a demon summoning ritual, which honestly explains a lot about raves. And he merges with a demon. He's got the power of Satan, but the heart of a golden retriever. He's literally called Devilman Crybaby because he cries while ripping demons apart. But the real horror isn't the demons, it's humanity. This show is a brutal takedown of mob mentality, social media witch hunts, and tribalism. When people find out demons exist, they don't just fight demons, they start murdering each other out of paranoid suspicion. And that ending? That ending will hurt you. It'll hurt you in places you didn't know could hurt. It's nihilistic, it's devastating, and it's one of the most memorable finales in anime history. Fair warning though, the art style looks like if a fever dream went to art school, and the pacing is absolutely frantic. 10 episodes to adapt an entire saga means it moves fast. But if you can handle that, and some of the most unflinching depictions of violence and sexuality in anime, you're in for an unforgettable experience. Just maybe don't watch it with your parents in the room. Or your friends. Or anyone, actually. Number 7. Hellsing Ultimate, or as I like to call it, what if Dracula worked for the Queen of England and had zero chill? This is 10 OVA episodes of pure, uncut, gothic chaos. Vampires, Nazis, the Catholic Church with bayonets. It's like someone threw every edgy concept into a blender and somehow it worked. Alucard is the most overpowered vampire in fiction, and he knows it. He's basically walking fan service for people whose kink is dramatic villains in red coats. And his boss? Integra Helsing. Possibly the coldest woman in anime, who could kill you with a glare and a cigar. The animation is crisp. The action is bonkers. There's a scene where Alucard releases literally millions of souls he's consumed, and it's one of the most visually insane sequences you'll ever see. But here's the thing, it's style over substance. The plot is basically, let's have the coolest fight scenes possible, and yeah, the random chibi comedy moments are jarring when you're in the middle of a gore fest. Still, if you want a complete dark fantasy that's just fun, in a totally unhinged way, Hellsing Ultimate is your jam. At number 6, it's Fate Zero, the prequel to Fate Stay Night that's somehow better than the thing it's a prequel to. 7 mages summon 7 legendary heroes to fight in a battle royale for a wish-granting cup. Sounds cool, right? Except the heroes include a serial killer, a cursed knight, and Gilgamesh, who's basically the anime equivalent of, I'm not like other gods, I'm worse. This is written by Gen Urobuchi, aka the Uro Butcher, aka the man who sees your happiness and goes, lol, no. The protagonist, Kiritsugu, is a utilitarian assassin who believes killing a few to save many is justified, and the show systematically destroys that ideology. The Banquet of Kings episode alone is worth the watch. 3 legendary kings debating what it means to rule while getting drunk. It's philosophical, it's dramatic, and it's the kind of scene that makes you go, wait, this is supposed to be an action show? The first episode is 45 minutes of exposition dumps, which, yeah, you'll need coffee. And the pacing can drag in the middle. But the ending? Devastating. Perfectly tragic. As a prequel should be. If you can tolerate some heavy dialogue and want a mature, morally complex dark fantasy, Fate Zero is a must-watch. Just, maybe read a Fate series guide first. Or don't. Embrace chaos. Quick thing, if you're enjoying this descent into darkness, drop a like and let me know in the comments which of these you've already seen. Or which one you're never touching because you value your emotional stability. I read all of them, and honestly, your suffering fuels me. Anyway, let's get to the top 5. Number 5 is Shinsekai Yori, or From the New World, and this is the thinking person's dark fantasy. If you like your existential dread slow cooked with a side of sociological horror, buckle up. Set 1,000 years in the future, humanity has psychic powers and lives in a seemingly peaceful village. Except, plot twist, this utopia is built on brainwashing children, eugenics, and enslaving an entire sentient species they genetically engineered from humans. Yeah, it gets dark. This show asks the question, how far would you go to maintain peace? And it doesn't give you easy answers. It makes you complicit. You'll find yourself understanding why the adults did what they did, even as you're horrified by it. The ending. It reframes the entire series. The revelation about the queer-ats is one of the most gut-wrenching twists in anime, and it'll haunt you. Now, fair warning, this show is slow. Like, watching paint dry slow for the first few episodes. And the animation quality is inconsistent. Some episodes look gorgeous, others look like the animators were running on fumes and hope. But if you have patience, this is one of the most intellectually rewarding anime you'll ever watch. It's a complete story that treats you like an adult, rare in this medium. Number 4, Puella Magi Madoka Magica. Yes, it looks like a magical girl show for kids. Yes, the art style is cutesy. And yes, that is precisely the trap. This is written by Gen Urobuchi. You know, the guy from Fate Zero who hates happiness. He looked at the magical girl genre and said, what if we made this horrifying? So you've got middle school girls making wishes to fight witches, but surprise, the system is a cosmic scam. They're not heroes, they're livestock. Their suffering literally powers the universe. The cute mascot character, Kyubey, he's a utilitarian alien with zero emotions who views human girls as renewable energy sources. It's messed up, but it's also brilliant. The witch labyrinths are animated in this nightmarish collage style that looks like a bad acid trip, and it's genuinely unsettling. The plot twists hit like a truck. And Homura Akemi? One of the most tragic characters in anime. Only 12 episodes, no filler. Every single scene matters. The ending is, well, it's complicated if you count the Rebellion movie, but the series proper has a definitive, soul-crushing conclusion. Don't let the cute aesthetic fool you. This show will hurt you, efficiently. The top 3. Let's go. Number 3 is Monster, and if you've never heard of it, that's a crime. This is 74 episodes of slow-burn psychological horror that'll make you question everything. Dr. Tenma, a Japanese surgeon in Germany, saves a little boy's life instead of the mayor's. Noble, right? Except that little boy grows up to be Johann Liebert, one of the most terrifying villains in all of fiction. Johann doesn't just kill people, he manipulates them into destroying themselves. He can talk someone into suicide with a conversation. He orchestrates murders like a conductor leading a symphony. And the scary part? You barely see him. He's a ghost haunting the narrative, and his presence is suffocating. This show asks, are monsters born or made? Can a single life be so evil that it would have been better if it never existed? And if you could go back, knowing what you know now, would you still save that child? Now, here's the deal. This is 74 episodes. It's long. The pacing is deliberately slow. It's basically a novel in anime form. Some arcs in the middle drag, but if you have the patience, this is legitimately one of the greatest stories ever told in the medium. It's not fantasy in the traditional sense, no magic, no demons, but the fable of the nameless monster that runs through it, and Johann's almost supernatural ability to corrupt, give it that dark fairy tale quality. Complete story, perfect ending, chef's kiss. Number 2, Attack on Titan. Yeah, you knew this was coming. What started as naked giants eat people turned into a sprawling epic about fascism, historical cycles of violence, and the cost of freedom. And honestly, that transformation is wild. Eren Yeager starts as your typical shonen protagonist. I'll kill all the titans! And ends as, well, let's just say he becomes very morally questionable. The show pulls the rug out from under you multiple times. The basement reveal? Game changer. The Marley arc? Perspective shift of the century. This show doesn't let you off easy. It asks, if your people were oppressed for generations, and you suddenly had the power to end it, through genocide, would you? What is freedom if it requires the destruction of everyone else? Who's the hero when everyone's the victim of history? The production is stellar. The action is some of the best in anime. The soundtrack is iconic. The plot twists are masterfully foreshadowed. So why is it number 2 and not number 1? The ending. It's divisive. The anime improved it from the manga, but a lot of fans still felt it was rushed, and Eren's final motivations got muddled. It's not a bad ending, but it's not universally loved. Still, this is a cultural phenomenon. 89 episodes of completed, dark, morally complex fantasy. If you haven't watched it, what are you even doing? And finally, number 1. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah, I know, some of you are rolling your eyes like, of course it's FMA. But here's the thing, it's number 1 for a reason. This show is as close to perfect as anime gets. 2 brothers try to bring their mum back from the dead using alchemy. It goes horrifically wrong. One loses his arm and leg, the other loses his entire body and gets his soul bound to a suit of armor. And that's just the first episode. From there, it escalates into a conspiracy involving a homunculus trying to become God, a genocide that mirrors real-world ethnic cleansing, and some of the most gut-wrenching moments in anime. The Nina Tucker episode alone is... Look, if you know, you know. If you don't, I'm sorry in advance. But here's what makes it special. It balances the darkness with hope. It doesn't wallow in nihilism. The philosophy of equivalent exchange is eventually transcended by human connection. It argues that yes, the world is cruel and unfair, but that doesn't mean we give up. And the ending is perfect. Every plot thread tied up, every character gets closure. It's satisfying in a way that's so rare in anime, you almost forget it's possible. 64 episodes, not a single one wasted. Consistent animation, incredible fights, a villain you'll love to hate. A cast of characters so well written you'll care about all of them. It's the number 1 anime on my anime list for a reason. It's the benchmark. If you've somehow never seen it, stop what you're doing. Watch it. This is required viewing for any anime fan. It's dark, it's complete, and it's a masterpiece. So there you have it. 10 completed dark fantasy anime that'll mess you up in the best way possible. From body horror to genocidal protagonists to the literal apocalypse, these shows don't pull punches, and they actually stick the landing. Whether you're a seasoned dark fantasy veteran, or you're just dipping your toes into the abyss, there's something here for you. Just maybe keep a comfort anime on standby. You'll need it. And hey, if you're hungry for more anime rankings, I just dropped a video on the 10 best anime of 2025, the final ranking. It's up on screen right now, go check it out. Thanks for watching, and remember, suffering is temporary, but completed anime is forever. I'll see you in the next one.